Hello good people, welcome back to another hair video. Today I'm doing a sew-in with leave out on Danisha. This is just the way that I do my sew-in. There's a million different techniques, but this one works best for me and I've been doing it this way for years. So right now I'm just parting off her leave out. Her hair is a little bit less dense, so I'm parting off more than I would normally part off, just so I can ensure that the hair covers the tracks. So that's what I'm doing right now, and then I'm gonna braid that part up and out of the way. For hair texture like Danisha's, I normally sit my clients under the dryer so it can keep the texture in the hair. If you don't have a dryer available, you can also use just your nozzle from the blow dryer, but finger dry it. So that just like no combing through, no brushes, just finger drying it. So you can have that texture to be able to braid it without. I did have some braiding hair on hand, but I ended up not needing it. But just so you can have more texture to grip the hair so it's tight enough, but not too tight, to secure and hold the tracks. I'm preparing her hair for the braids. I like to use beeswax. It just works best for me. It gives me a good slip so I'm not like raking through that hair when it like tangles or anything while I'm braiding. And I'm going to try and make sure that her braids are even on the side. So first I do the anchor braids, which would be along the, I guess, the perimeter of where the braids are. And then I just zigzag in between. So you'll see. And whatever I'm doing on this side that you can see, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side and connect it so it ends up being one braid.
It's not that I want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away. Chase beach views and every day. All I wanna hear is an episode that we play. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Think I wish away. Really wanna, I just wanna get away. Sit right next to you. I don't wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. Feel you. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around,
These top two anchor braids, I'm going to crisscross and overlap them. It's really not a good angle, but once I spin her around, you'll be able to see. And then I just feed the ends of those braids into the rest of my foundation.
We can get away. Palm trees, beach views on a night day. All I wanna hear is an episode that we play. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Think I wish away. Really
now I'm on the side anchor braids. I'm going to braid these down, maybe 2 or 3 braids, but I'm going to take the top anchor braid and connect it into these anchor braids, into these braids. So all of the braids will kind of connect, so I can ensure a very flat foundation. Excuse my hair if y'all watch the vlogs. You know I work out, so this is what I look like most of the time during the week. And we are watching the Janet Jackson documentary, and like we never saw it, so that's why it looks like we're not talking. No one's having fun because we watching what Janet was doing, girl. Here I'm taking that right anchor braid and I'm braiding it down, and I'm gonna connect those 2 side braids. So I have 1 braid.
Then dip me underway. Fill my mouth with flow. Hold me till I scream for air to breathe. And wash me over until my will runs dry.
And this piece right here, once I do this other side, I'm just gonna connect that into the right side. And I'm gonna do the right side just exactly how I did the left.
Deep right up to the side of my mountain, until you reach my feet, baby, and reach right into the bottom of my fountain. I want to play in your deep.
This section in the middle, I'm just going to zigzag this part, so it saves me on braids. I used to like braid straight down and just like so I can have a flat sew in, but this technique lasts longer and it doesn't, that whole weave used to lift up. So this technique I find to be the most effective and efficient.
Reach right into the bottom of my fountain. I want to play in your deep.
lied. I said it was going to be one braid, but it's actually two. But right now I'm about to tack all those braids down, all the twists and turns from the zigzags. I'm going to tack those down so I can make sure that this weave is flat. So when I put the net, like the foundation is flat. So when I put the net on, I don't have to worry about like lumps and bumps, or if I rub my hand down the foundation, I don't have like bumps. So I want it to be flat and natural. I don't want anyone to know that she has a weave in her hair. Also, me sewing these braids down and tacking this together isn't hurting, isn't pulling. When she takes her hair down, you would never know that she had a sew in. I just wanted to make sure, because I don't want to be like, it's pulling, but it isn't. And it's giving me the flattest foundation that without having all of those, a lot of braids. So, and I think it might have took me about, I'm fast though, so like 25 minutes to braid her hair. 30 minutes, I'm not sure, but it doesn't take me long. I schedule out 2 hours for my weaves from start to finish. Now I might have another client coming in, but that doesn't count in my 2 hours. I'm putting on the weaving net. I like to use stretchable weaving net. I like to use a weaving net because even if there's no braid there, I can still put a track there because I can sew it to the net. So it gives me more square footage, so I can ensure that there's like no gaps, no big gaps. Of course you're gonna have gaps, but no big gaps in between the hair because there's no braid there.
Another woman that can take your spotlight. If I wrote you a symphony just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you. This ring here represents my heart, but there's just one thing I need from you. Say I do. Because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. Ain't another woman that can take your spot, my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. Ain't another woman that can take your spot, my love. Now if I wrote you a love note and made you smile at every word I wrote, what would you do? Would that make you wanna change your scene and wanna be the one on my team? Tell me, would you? See, what's the point in waiting anymore? Cause girl, I've never been more sure that baby, it's you. This ring here represents my heart and everything that you've been waiting for. Just say I do.
Because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You can be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me.
Then you just cut off the excess net, and then you have your flat foundation.
So don't give away my love. So don't give away. Ain't another woman that can take your spot, my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. Ain't another woman that can take your spot, my love. I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You can be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. My love, my love. Ain't another woman that can take your spot, my love.
So it's time to sew. She has an 18-inch and a 16-inch of Brazilian wavy hair. I've already shampooed it, colored it, and this first track, I like to kind of like sew it underneath that bottom braid. That way, if she wants to wear a ponytail, it's not like, okay, a track master. So it's just not tracks everywhere. Of course, you're going to be able to see a track, but I recommend you put on a headband or something, or make sure the ponytail is loose enough where you don't see the track. So I'm just going to sew. Sometimes I lock stitch, sometimes where I need, so I think I just do like a regular stitch and then I lock slip stitch on the ends, and then I flip it all the way until I get closer to the top where I need it flatter. I also, on this bottom track, stitch through the track. And sometimes where it's needed, where I need more security, I'll stitch through the track. But for the most part, I don't. Only like maybe on the anchor, like on the sides where it needs to be anchored. But like when I'm going from ear to ear, I don't stitch it through the web.
I'm so anxious just to feel the silence. It's so quiet, but I hear you saying to me, baby. Say our time, we're making up time. The times you wasn't with me waking up. Now you never said I couldn't miss your touch. I needed to distance myself from you. I was just alone with you. So come close, won't you? Won't you? Can I tell you something for what it is worth? We can have it, that's on. Take you there, take
Now I'm on the side, and what I like to do on the sides is come at an angle so the hair can fall forward and not just straight down, because I don't like when the leave out separates from the hair. I want it to look like cohesive, so if you do your tracks at an angle when it comes to the side, it'll fall forward. So that's what I'm doing. Maybe not on this first, like a little bit right now, but once I get closer to the top, it's gonna angle a little bit more. So now I'm just filling in the rest of the tracks, making sure they're close, but not too close where it's a thick weave. We want a full weave, not a thick weave. And Danisha's hair is kind of fine and not that dense, so we don't want people to think, your hair wasn't that thick yesterday, what's going on, and try to track check her. So we want to make it look as natural as possible. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. See, no one else can do what you do. That's why I don't spend my life with you. I wanna please you in any way I can. I wanna share my world, don't you understand? Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give all day long. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long.
So we made it to the final track, and I like to just make sure that it's as close as possible to that part. I've already parted off a piece, and I'm just gonna sew this on and make sure that it's flat.
Insert.
Turn me inside out, make my heart beat. Need no one else, you're all I need. Personality, everything you do, it's me love, everything about you. Yes. smile, your style is so fly. Can't deny, I got a crush on you, and that's true, D. I'm digging you, you make me believe your love is more than a million. Goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling. Oh yeah, all day long. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away. Come chase beach views and every day. All I wanna hear is an ever since we play. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Think I wish away. Really wanna, I just wanna get away. Sit right next to you. I wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. Feel you. I want you around.
Now I am all done. Now all we have to do is take out these anchor, well, not the anchor braid, the leave out braids, part her hair the way that she likes it, and then style. Stay tuned for the next part because this video is long. So I'm gonna do a part 2 with the finish. And also like and subscribe. I do plan on doing more videos, being more consistent with hair and my lifestyle and fashion, travel, all of the above, everything kind of like of me, but mainly hair. So stay tuned for the next part, and thanks for watching.
We can get away. Palm trees, beach views on a night day. All I want